Okay. And then the last point that caught my attention was that, and this was a specific piece of experimentation that conclusively showed this effect, and that was that people that were given a 300 calorie drink containing either glucose or fructose or OJ, orange juice, separately, so 300 calories containing glucose or fructose or orange juice, those that received the glucose had a large increase in the oxidative inflammatory stress producing reactive oxygen species and a product nuclear factor kappa beta. But it was absent in those receiving the 300 calorie drink with just fructose or just OJ.
Yeah, that has lots of ramifications, including the immune system, which they were looking at some white blood cells. But bone cells are very responsive to the difference in carbohydrate. And about 35 years ago, someone fed different groups of rats either a high starch diet or a high sugar diet. I think it was sucrose in that case, and gave two of the groups a vitamin D deficient diet, and another group got the vitamin D and a standard food ration. And after they had been on that diet for a while, they tested the strength of their bones, and the vitamin D diet, deficient diet that got starch, had the rickets type bones, poorly calcified, weak, and basically defective, as you would expect from a vitamin D deficiency. But those on the high sucrose diet without vitamin D had strong, well-calcified bones. Surprisingly, it apparently was the increased carbon dioxide production from the catalyzed higher metabolic rate, and the carbon dioxide is largely responsible for proper calcification of bone.
Wow. So does a higher CO2 content actually allow extracellular calcium to move into bone stores?
Yeah, the first bone material laid down is calcium carbonate, even though later it turns to a phosphate compound. And in vitro experiments showed that you can have an acidic condition as long as it's based on carbon dioxide as the acid, and have strong bones, and the same amount of lactic acid, pH, will cause interruption and dissolution of the bones. So it's the fact that starch tends to produce a shift towards lactic acid rather than carbon dioxide.